Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of A Brew for Two Podcast. I'm your host, Brad, along with my co-host, Derek.
Hello.
We are here on episode 21. We have a lot of things to talk about this week. Most of the movies and TV, not all, but first, let you tell us about our week. First off,
Let you tell us about your week?
let us tell you about our
I think
weeks.
you're talking too fast sometimes.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
yeah.
I try to talk fast to inside. I don't want to talk slow because that sounds like an old timey radio guy, and people are people are bored
but
of
you also
that.
gotta at least talk to the point where you're able to not jumble up and will run over all your words. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've noticed that a few times. Like you kind of,
I understand.
when you start talking, you start going so fast that you're like running over them, and then it's like the cadence when you're saying something, especially in a sentence, it's like it's like a run-on sentence, or it just kind of keeps going. And I'm like, is he gonna take a breath?
Yeah, I understand. I see what you're saying. I gotta slow down. But so, this week I started and finished a TV show.
What was that?
Hunters.
Hunters. What's that?
The Nazi,
Oh,
the
yeah, the Amazon
Jews
Prime
hunting
one. The one that
Nazi
just came
shows
out.
on Amazon
Yeah.
Prime. Yeah.
I don't have Prime anymore, so I wanted to watch that, but then I was like, I don't have Prime anymore, and I don't want to pay for it.
It is so good.
Yeah.
It is amazing. And part of what makes that show good is it seems like it's a comic book type show,
Yeah.
but it's not at all.
Yeah.
This came from the minds of one of the executive producers on the show is Jordan Peele.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Jordan, and everybody knows who Jordan Peele is.
Well, if you don't at this point, he's
Key and Peele.
Yeah, Key and Peele. He's an actor, comedian,
Yeah.
producer, director. Does horror movies.
Yeah.
Which is also weird. Which still weirds me out.
Us, and
yeah.
what was the other one?
Oh, not Cabin in the Woods.
Nope. There was Us and
Isn't it coming out soon?
no.
Isn't there a new one coming? Oh, isn't he doing the Saw stuff again?
No, that's Chris Rock.
That's Chris Rock.
Yeah.
That's also weird.
Actually, I saw that trailer for the Saw, what Spiral it's called? It's called Spiral Story of Saw.
Okay.
And it actually intrigued me to go see it. And I
mean, I really enjoyed the Saw movies up until they made it basically a cartoon spectacle. Like 1, 2, and 3 I enjoyed.
Mhm.
Then 4, 5, 6, 7 I didn't really so much. But then they also came out with the Jigsaw movie, which kind of was like a prequel to all of the movies.
Yeah.
Which was
I remember
weird.
that movie. Didn't really go see it either because
It was good. It's on
I'm not into that type of horror stuff.
on Crave.
That's
That's not really horror. It's more gore.
But
But
what about Hunters is it's based off real life events.
okay.
It's Jews hunting Nazis in the 1970s, led by Al Pacino. And Al Pacino is this old man. He's an old man, and he's a Holocaust survivor.
Is he actually Jewish in real life?
No, he's not.
Oh, I thought he was.
I don't think so, but he plays a great Jewish person. He plays a great Jewish person.
Yeah, I've seen some trailers of it and it looked really good, and I really wanted to watch it.
Josh Radnor's in it.
Josh Radnor.
Ted from How I Met Your Mother is in it.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen him in anything in a long time.
No.
Not since
But-
seeing him.
But Ted, Josh Radnor from on this show plays this groovy Jewish celebrity. He's popular among the Jewish community.
Oh, okay.
His stage name is I think Lonnie Flash. But he's his actual name is Lonnie Flashenstein or something.
Why would you ever pick the name Lonnie? Lonnie. Why? It doesn't feel good to say Lonnie.
Bull.
Fucking don't. I'll start with the bullshit again.
But
the bullshit.
and then along the cast, there's some few unknown actors
Yeah.
that I don't know. There's who play basically the Jewish Avengers, and then they find out that Nazis are living in America because the show starts off with this one guy. He's a Nazi that works. He's a former Nazi, well, he's not a former, he is a Nazi that works for the government of the United States of America.
Okay.
He work and like, and this, he's having a dinner party. He's having a barbecue, and this one of his coworkers comes with his wife, who is Jewish.
Oh.
And his Jewish wife realizes this guy hosting the barbecue is a Nazi is a Nazi from her days in the Holocaust.
Okay, I was gonna say, how would she make that connection? Okay,
but like she was in the Holocaust with this guy who was torturing her.
Oh wow.
And she makes that connection, and then she like drops her apple pie and starts like shaking and having a panic attack, and she's like you're him, and he's like, shit, my identity has been discovered. And his accent, he loses his accent, he loses his like American twang accent, and his German accent comes out.
Yeah.
And he kills everybody in his backyard. He kills his wife, his friends, his kids.
Okay, that's a bit much.
But like, he kills everybody, and then he calls up this American guy this white supremacist American guy and he's just like, hey, I need you to do some cleanup work. And he comes to his house and does some cleanup work, and then hit this guy in the arm to make it look like somebody broke in the house and killed my family.
Holy shit.
It's like, man, this show just like right off and it has 2 twists in it at the end of the series that are amazing.
Yeah, don't say anything.
I'm not going to say anything, but oh my God, they're amazing. But yeah, that show got me hooked. I'm like, I can't put it down. At the one point, I'm like, I have to work tomorrow. I have to go to bed.
It's 6 a.m. I gotta go to bed.
No, it wasn't that late. It was like 11 o'clock, and I'm like, shit, I gotta go to bed. I have to work in the morning.
That's when I like lie in bed, and then I'm up for another like 2 hours. But
yeah, and then it's all like, and it's basically like a Peter Parker story almost. Like, it's also kind of like a Spider-Man story where like this kind of geeky kid, this Jewish geeky kid, gets picked on all his life, but then all of a sudden he's destined for greater things.
Is that Al Pacino's character?
No.
Well, that's Josh Radnor's character.
No. There's this other I don't know who plays him. I don't know who plays this guy.
Yeah.
But it's this young up and coming actor who plays this guy.
Oh, okay.
And it's like he's this like loser. He's a drug dealer that deals drugs to help that he lives with his grandmother. Mm. So he deals drugs to help he pays for these drugs. He sells these drugs to help pay for them to live in the house they're living.
You got there. It took a little bit. But
yeah,
you got there.
I know.
Yeah.
So, and then like she goes like, "Why are you drug dealer? Why are you dealing marijuana? Like you like."
It's like, well, I'm trying to make sure we can actually live and eat.
Yeah,
so...
that was his argument to his grandma, and then stuff happens, and then he becomes like the grandma is basically the Uncle Ben in this story.
Oh, okay. Does she die?
Yeah. Yeah, a Nazi comes to her house and kills her.
Oh.
But then you find out it's called Hunters because there's a secret Jewish organization called the Hunt, and who kills Nazis.
Now, is this based on real events?
No.
Oh, this is all just fictional.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or
non-fiction, sorry.
And
fictional. Yeah.
Fictional. It's all fictional. But like, it's played out like a comic book story. Like, the main character and his best friends work at a comic book store.
Yeah.
And it's constantly referencing comic books. Like, when he meets Al Pacino's character, he's like, so you're like the Charles Xavier of this team.
Yeah, but I have hair. And I'm not crippled.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he is crippled in the show, but yeah.
Oh, he kind of walks with a cane.
Close enough.
And then, like, part of the episode, like, the one guy realizes all Al Pacino's Jewish buddies have been watching over him for like his entire ever since his grandma died.
This is Josh Radnor's character?
Yeah, Josh Radnor and Al Pacino have been like watching over him along with these other characters.
That's pretty cool.
But like it's a character that is destined for greater things. basically. It's that kind of storytelling. But like I said, there's 2 twists at the end. Amazing. I'm not going to talk about them because in case my co-host here ever gets watched the show.
I will probably end up getting Amazon Prime again at some point, so I will watch it.
Yeah.
Don't know when.
Like, this is these 2 twists are on par with. Did you ever watch Westworld?
I am waiting for season 3 out now.
Yeah, season 3 is coming out. It's coming out.
Am I caught up? Yeah, I'm caught up with it. Yeah.
So remember the twist in season 1 when like they're referencing this one guy, like I think it's like.
Oh, the creator of the
yeah, they're referencing this creator and how he died, and
then it turns out that
that's like
seen Westworld. Sorry, spoilers, but he's not.
Like
I mean, he is, but he isn't. I guess. Kind of a weird.
But like he had a team. Him and his partner like created Westworld, and then his partner died.
Yeah.
But then you find out like they made an avatar. Yeah. They made an avatar of him.
It's a weird show. It's a very, very good show, and I'm so happy I have HBO now.
But like,
watch that,
oh my god, it's an amazing show. But like when I first started watching Westworld, my jaw just dropped. I'm just like, holy shit, that was amazing. I didn't see it coming.
I had American friends talking about that show for the longest time. Like I didn't watch any of it until season 2 was already well out. So
yeah,
by the time I got to it, friends were all talking about it, and I'm like, fuck, I have to watch the show now. Then I watched it. I binged it like a weekend. I'm like, this is the fucking greatest show since Game of Thrones.
Oh my god, like
I love Game of Thrones. I like this better.
I think that show is the reason I started playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I watched that show first. I'm like, I want more cowboys. I wasn't a big fan of season 2. I love season 1.
Season 1 was way better than season 2.
Season 1 was way better than season 2.
That's how it goes with like pretty much any show. Season 1 is usually always the best one.
But like
sometimes
Supernatural. Okay. Some of the greatest shows on television history had crappy first seasons.
Yeah, Game of Thrones,
Breaking Bad. Boy Meets World.
Supernatural had a really shitty first season.
Yeah.
And
it's a shame we won't see TV like that anymore. We won't see TV.
Well, I mean, they're competing with it. Like, I mean, with shows like Westworld and stuff right now.
Because
and I started watching Kidding, the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's good.
It's so depressing though. It's good.
It's so fucking depressing. It's good. It's so fucking good. It's so weird to see him in a role like that.
I haven't watched. He's technically done roles like that.
He has the number 24, whatever it was.
Number 23. Eternal Sunshine in the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, he's done movies like that, but like seeing me in a TV show like this and that specific role, like him playing
Mr. Rogers, Mr. Pickles, a Mr. Rogers type character.
Or
for us Canadian, Mr. Dress Up.
Not swearing and just being overly polite and very PC and stuff. And it's like, this is just weird to see Jim Carrey do this.
Won't you be my neighbor? But he doesn't say that because it's Mr. Pickles. Yeah. It's the and then like
he looks like a fucking pedophile. Like it's just weird.
Like his family gets into a car accident and dies. His kids die.
Yeah.
His wife divorces him.
Yeah.
And he wants to do an episode on death. But he works for his father.
Only his daughter died, I think, wasn't it?
No, yeah, he had two twin boys.
Yeah.
And
one of the boys died, the other one didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His family dies.
I'm only episode 2. So
and then
started watching it. So.
And then he works at this station who's run by his father.
Yeah, watching the first episode, I had no fucking clue until the end of the episode where they're all sitting out for dinner and he's there and that's his dad. I'm like, wait, what? Oh wait, then she also works there, and then it shows the two dudes fucking in the costume. I'm like, this is a weird show.
It is super weird. Happening? I haven't started. Season 2's out now. I haven't started it yet, but I
still want to finish season 1.
I want to start it because you're early on in the series.
I'm literally episode 2. I haven't even.
But there is an episode where he just has a mental breakdown.
That definitely looks about right. Because he looks on the verge of cracking in the first season.
Yeah.
Or the first episode.
There is an episode where he has a mental breakdown. And but that's another amazing show. Yeah. Before we hit our news portion, and before we really start talking about because my week I got some tax stuff because it's tax season, and other than that,
taxes.
And other than that, it's been but some So this is not going to be part of our news portion because like we already talked about what we wanted to talk about. But I was listening to the radio.
Yeah.
And there's two things this week that got brought up. The first thing that I kind of laughed at was, so the Super Bowl had Jennifer Lopez and Shakira playing during the halftime show. That drew 1,300 FCC complaints.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah.
I heard about this on the radio. And
there's a quote here. Some complaints came from parents who felt their children were exposed to a porno show, and others felt like the show encouraged sex trafficking.
I don't think the FCC even got that many complaints when it was
the boob slip.
Jackson
from
Janet
Jackson.
Yeah, Janet Jackson. Like, I don't think they even got that many complaints then. Like, and then there's just this. It's like, who the fuck cares? It's a show for entertainment, just in the middle of a big event. It's just kind of there.
And then like there's another quote saying Jennifer Lopez's performance at the Super Bowl halftime show was extremely explicit and completely unacceptable for a event where families, including children were watching. I had to send my children to the other room so they weren't exposed to something they should have not have seen. And then it keeps going by saying, I was not prepared to explain to my 11-year-old why Jennifer Lopez was dressed so scantily or why she kept grabbing her crotch. My daughter was asking if she was feeling sick from having so much skin showing. Other viewers complained. And then what are you teaching young girls? Dance around half naked to make men excited, then claim Me Too harassment. It's okay to be some sexual being and shake your naked rear end and expose your crotch and dance on a pole in front of the world. The quotes just keep going, like, but it seems to be all from this one Utah person that lives in Utah. So
yeah, so I never watched the Super Bowl this year, so I didn't see the halftime show, and I'm watching it now. There is literally a part where J-Lo literally bends over in front of the camera with basically really, 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 really short, tight shorts on.
This is the first year. Like, I'm not a football fan.
No.
But like, I always seem to catch the Super Bowl because it's just a reason to drink on a Sunday.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And this year I didn't watch it. And what did I miss? Half naked women dancing on TV.
Who cares? Like, it's a Super Bowl show, and it's mostly watched by men. Like,
yeah,
it's a very male-oriented show.
But like, another reason why they had so many complaints is because like social media is now a thing. Like the Janet Jackson thing happened in 2003, I think.
It happened it was definitely well before YouTube. No.
No. It was well before YouTube and Facebook.
Was it?
Yeah. YouTube, I think, didn't hit its stride till 2005, and then Facebook 2004. Like the beta Facebook came out in 2004. The Facebook, according to the social network. So, but it was when even then it was when social media was at its like.
Yeah, 2004. So yeah, that was before everything. But I remember watching that on TV. Like, nobody gave a shit. She literally showed skin. Like,
I don't really remember watching it actually.
I mean, we were both like 12, 13 at the time.
Yeah.
So
but like I was too busy playing with my buddies like at my parents' friend's house.
Yeah, I was probably playing video games.
Socializing with the kids because
was I playing video? No, I was probably watching it actually. So my dad and mom were really into it, so
yeah.
I more than likely watched it. But
and another thing after the Super Bowl thing I heard on the radio this week was there's a new challenge.
I think I might have heard about this.
Did you hear about this new challenge? Eminem?
Yeah. His to rap that lyric. What the hell? There was like
he has a new album out, and I forget what the album's called, but there's a song on the album called Godzilla,
and it's like 300 syllables or something like that, and like I don't even know. It's very, very, very fast.
So I have the lyrics up right now, but like I don't know what point of the song it is.
I don't know. There's probably a way to find it, but like
I don't know if it's the chorus or like, but that's another challenge, and like people like Eminem has challenged the world, and like, can you rap as fast as me? And the world fired back, and they said, and some people can rap as fast as Eminem.
Some people, yeah, but like
Others fail miserably.
So it doesn't say how long it is, but it's like 330 syllables. Oh, sorry, 224 minutes, or 24 words in 31 seconds. That's
241 words.
224 words in 31 seconds.
Okay, that's
That's
lot
insane.
of words. That's insane.
That's actually insane. I heard a little snippet of it on the radio, but like it was just literally like he was talking so fast I could not understand a word he was saying, but I know he was saying words.
Yeah,
but I had no idea what the hell he was saying. Like,
yeah. But like other than that, those are the two things I wanted to mention before we on our intro to the show. Just because I just was listening to them and I was just like, hey, this is good talking points for a show.
Yeah, I was actually listening to the radio this week.
Really?
You know what I listened to?
What?
97.7.
And how was that?
In the morning.
And how was that?
Not bad, actually.
I heard they have new morning.
They do.
New morning show.
Something in Brown. I can't remember what the guy's name is. Roger and Brown or something like that. I listened to them. They're actually not bad. They definitely don't have this. They definitely don't have the same chemistry, I guess, as Biggs and Bar and Pacey Jamie. Yeah. But they're not bad. And then after them is a girl named Ashley, and she's really good.
Oh, Ashley's amazing. I think she lives in the Niagara region.
No, she's in Hamilton.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hamilton.
Yeah,
it's close enough.
The other two aren't bad. Like
I follow Ashley on Instagram.
Oh, damn.
She is smoking.
But I listened to them in the morning, and I was like, okay, this isn't actually horrible. I'm not totally disappointed. Because also, I was only listening to them though because the truck I had this week, like 2 of the days this week, I couldn't catch my fucking Bluetooth to it.
Oh, okay.
So I was forced to listen to the radio, and I was like, "Fuck it, 97.7, here we go."
A good station to check out is Indie 88, especially for their morning show.
Sometimes if I have to listen to the radio in my car, it's usually like 89.1, the country station. I usually listen to that or something.
Like Indie 88, it's usually pretty funny. Yeah. Because the one DJ of Indie 88 had to interview a member of the Toronto Raptors. Yeah. And his co-hosts were just like ragging on the interview. They had the interview playing on live radio, and they had the interview going, and they were just ragging on him because it's like how awkward he was. Yeah. But I mean, you're interviewing a Toronto Raptor. It's gonna be an awkward. If you're not prepared, if you're like, you could prepare it all you want, but if you're like, some people are just not good interviewers.
Yeah, some people just kind of they see someone, they kind of get a little bit starstruck. And they're like, I gotta say words. What do I say? Hello, how are you? Start.
Yeah. And then what else? There was a concert announced, and this was kind of freaky. That I saw this on Facebook because I just got an album from this band, and I see an advertisement for a concert at Warehouse in April.
For who?
There's a band called Tiger's Jaw.
Okay.
They're kind of like this, like late they're kind of this 2010s emo rock band, and I'm just like, I just got an album from these guys. Facebook is listening.
Facebook's fucking listening, dude. Oh, there's another event coming up actually in St. Catharines. They're doing a Neil Peart tribute thing.
When?
I have no idea. I think it's August or something like that.
Oh.
Ashley was talking about it. But, no, not Ashley. No, yeah, it was Ashley. And I got really pissed off at her. Holy fuck, I was listening to the radio, and she literally kept saying Neil Peart. She kept pronouncing his last name Peart.
Well, if you don't know how to pronounce his last name, it's spelled Peart.
Yeah, but it's Peart.
But
she kept pronouncing it Peart, and I'm like, oh my god, please stop. Just
Neil Peart.
You need to stop. Stop saying his name. Like,
he had a clothing line going for a bit. Did
he really?
Yeah.
Was it called Peart?
Outdoors Oriented had a couple shirts. And like, if you guys don't know what Outdoors Oriented is, well,
I don't know if it is a Canadian store. I don't even know.
It is a Canadian store.
I think TSC is also a Canadian store. I think.
TSC?
Is it a Canadian store?
They have a lot of. I think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
TSC is basically the equivalent of food and stuff from Parks and Recreation.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
But like they have these Port Dalhousie Supply Company Neilpert Memorial unisex shirts that say Lakeside Park Port Dalhousie Supply Company. And if you purchase one, it goes to wherever it goes to.
It goes to a place.
It goes to some charity.
Yeah.
But they're running out of stock. So my parents send it, and they're kind of cool shirts.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna get one though. I haven't I
don't know. This like concert thing though. I think she said it was like $50 a ticket or something like that.
Is it?
Yeah. It's gonna be at the
Tiger's Jaw thing out. The Tiger's Jaw thing at Warehouse is $25 a ticket.
That place is always cheap though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Concerts used to be cheap, but the thing is, people don't want to go see like one band. They want to go see many bands.
Yeah, I have way better times at going to like a music festival or like Cicada last year.
Yeah.
Like going to stuff like that, like I'll pay $60-$70 for a ticket, no problem. Because I'm seeing multiple bands. If I'm going to see one band, why am I paying $120?
But that's
to sit
why
in the fucking nosebleeds.
That's why tickets for like Scotiabank Arena, and that's why tickets are so expensive now because they know the market is not going. That's why like bands like My Chemical Romance, Rage Against the Machine, Foo Fighters are all in the hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Like sure, like they're bands that are like 30 years old.
Yeah, and then the bands that are very well recognized, and I get that, but why do I gotta pay $200 for a ticket that's in the fucking nosebleeds and I can't even see anything?
And like the thing
like,
with
that's ridiculous.
The thing with the Rage Against Machines are like their tickets are like $600.
Like why?
And for a band that's like all about fight the power and like
meanwhile, we're gonna gouge your fucking wallets.
Yes.
For no fucking reason.
Yes. Yeah, because my brother-in-law was talking about this last week.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned it, and he was just like, yeah, like I'd rather go see like a band, and he said the same thing. I'd rather go see a band at a concert hall for like $25.
Yeah.
Like, and he was telling me about the amazing bands he saw like growing up because they were just starting off because my brother-in-law is like 35.
Yeah.
So, and he saw he was talking about like these, and he was also talking about these like punk bands that have now broken up, disbanded, but now their lead singers have gone on to do like folk rock.
Okay.
Brian Fallon from my brain is drawing a blank of where he's from. What band he's what band? Gaslight Anthem. Like Gaslight Anthem is like a garage rock band, and he's doing stuff solo as a folk artist. And then there's Chuck Reagan, who was a lead singer of a punk rock band in the 90s called Hot Water Music. Yeah. Who's now doing folk. But he's like telling me all these bands. And then there was an amazing tour but they don't do it anymore. It was an amazing tour it was a folk tour. But like all these folk artists were from punk rock bands.
It's a weird genre jump. Like
on the road tour or Take Me Home tour or something like that.
Anyway, that's like one of the weirdest like genre jumps I've ever heard. Going from doing punk rock to doing folk music. Like that is a weird jump.
On the way home tour. I'm gonna try to nope, I can't find it.
That's all right.
That's is there a way? No, I that would be too far back.
Yeah.
But he was, and I looked up the tour and it sounded amazing.
Oh, probably.
I wish I knew about Chuck Reagan and Brian Fallon back then.
I wish they would just bring music festivals back. Like,
they're around.
Yeah, but they've gotten rid of the good ones. Like Warped Tour was fucking amazing. Yeah, absolutely amazing. But then they just "Oh, we're just not gonna do it anymore." It's like, well, why? Why wouldn't you want to do this anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'm gonna pay $500-$600 for a ticket, it better be a 3-day fucking event. I mean, I went to when I went to Oshiego those years ago and seen Eminem. I only paid for 1 day, and that was still like $150.
The Revival Tour.
Okay,
That's what it was called. And it was established in 2008.
Yeah.
And and I forget who was there, but it was just the Revival Tour was just amazing. It had an amazing lineup.
We should go to more music festivals.
We should definitely go to a music festival.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the 20. The last year's Revival Festival had like Tim Barry. Hold on, I gotta zoom in. Can't see. Tim Barry from Of Avail, Craig Finn from Tim Barry from Avail, Craig Finn from The Hold Steady, Jay Malinowski from Bedouin Soundclash, and Chuck Reagan from Hot Water Music.
Oh, okay.
Those are great bands. And then
are they still doing that? Or is that done then?
It says they're still. It's
probably like somewhere around Toronto or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it must be. Revival Tour 2012. Chuck Reagan, same guy, basically the same people. And then, but yeah, he told me about this, and I was like, my brother-in-law Mike, and he told me about it. I'm like, it sounds like such a great tour.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a good time.
And
I mean, yeah, their last news was from 2013, so
I don't think they do it anymore.
No, it doesn't look like it.
But like, I wish I found out about it back then, because I would definitely have gone.
I wish we had more music festivals around here. Like, we have Cicada now.
Yeah.
But like, that's all we have now.
Remember Scene? I know you remember Scene.
Scene Fest? Fuck yeah.
I remember Scene Fest, but I never went.
I went a few times. But like, even then, like, that was really, really awesome. They basically shut down fucking St. Catharines.
Yeah.
Like, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But they'll never do it again.
No.
Which is like just unfortunate. Like, I wish they would just do this stuff again.
Yeah,
it was just so much fun.
No,
I loved going to Warped Tour. Walking around there for fucking 3 fucking days. Like, are you kidding me? It was so much fucking fun. Literally, the last time I went to it, like, it fucking rained in the middle of the day. I was soaked, standing in front of Real Big Fish. Like, I had so much fun. Like,
also,
yeah.
I discovered a awesome playlist on Spotify.
What's that called?
Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the soundtrack, volumes 1 to 5.
Oh shit!
So
damn,
it has a lot, and I'm just like
addicted to it now.
Yeah, I'm
like
addicted.
Reliving your early 2000s.
Not even like Goldfinger. Like, it has everything from ska to hip hop to new metal to metal.
That's where I discovered Real Big Fish. Was that?
I discovered Real Big Fish from Basketball.
Oh, I forgot they did that song.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
They did the beer song for that movie.
Yeah.
Or was it Basketball or
no? I think it was Basketball. That sounds like a ridiculous enough movie that they would be on it.
Yeah. Because the first Real Big Fish song I did hear was their cover of Take On Me.
Yeah, I guess where a lot of people, that was their first song to listen to on Real Big Fish. For me, that was the same thing.
And like, and same thing goes, like, the first time I heard Less Than Jake, Digimon, the first movie, with All My Best Friends Are Metalheads.
Yeah.
And that wasn't Less Than Jake. That was Mighty Mighty Bosstones.
You're close.
Yeah. But that soundtrack has everything. But was your week good, by the way? Didn't really ask about your week.
I didn't really do much. World of Warcraft.
You were quiet this week. I didn't.
I just kept getting home and then like just hopping online and just doing shit. My buddies on there and then just go to bed. I just really didn't do anything this week. This week was just really fucking long for me.
Oh, I know.
Like work was just so fucking long. By the time I got home, I'm just like fucking exhausted. Shower, eat, literally go on my computer and then just play WoW till like 10.
So today,
Yeah,
my work felt extremely long. Like
it was the only day that didn't feel long to me.
The morning flew by.
Yeah,
But then the afternoon, like I looked at the clock and I'm like, it's like 1 o'clock.
yeah. I left this morning like the warehouse there at like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Before I knew it was already 1 in the afternoon. I was already heading my last stop, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
It was the only day, which I'm glad that it was this day that went by really quick, because any other days I don't give a shit about, but this day I was really happy it went by quick, because this is usually my longer day, which it didn't turn out to be my longer day, which was nice. But
And like another month flew by, too.
Yeah, we're already in March.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I think. No, Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Because
this year's a leap year.
Yeah, so we have the 29th this year.
Yeah, because we're going to that Nick Offerman show tomorrow.
Yeah, actually, I totally forgot.
Yeah, I've been reminding you guys like nonstop, like Ron Swanson in a couple days.
I was me and Bill were talking about it today because he was messaging me, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, we're going to the show. We're going to the show this weekend." I'm like, "Wait, isn't that tonight?" He was asking about like Ellie and Jasmine coming over, and I'm just like, "Wait, yeah, don't we have the show tonight though? Don't we?" He goes, "No, that's tomorrow." I'm like, "Oh, I forgot." I totally didn't remember it all. Also, I didn't buy tickets for it. You did.
No,
so
like I bought it.
And just completely blanked.
I'm gonna mention something after we get off the podcast because there's something I would like to mention after we get off this show.
Oh, I'm terrified.
No, it's nothing bad. It's nothing bad.
I'm still scared.
Do
you know?
But other than that, like, so we're now gonna be done talking about ourselves. So I think we should start getting into some news.
Yeah, sure.
The first off, I'm gonna say what broke the news this week. What broke the internet. This not really broke the internet. Broke the shattered the
illusion.
The nerds fans. So Indiana Jones 5 is coming out. Harrison Ford this is going to be Harrison Ford's last movie.
Yeah.
He's going to be like
he's up there.
He's going to be like 80 something when this movie finally comes out.
Oh yeah, he's very much so up there.
But Harrison Ford is losing his buddy.
Oh, he's 77.
77. So he's probably going to be like
78 probably by the time this comes out.
Yeah.
If it comes out next year.
But Harrison Ford has lost his buddy.
Yeah.
And his buddy being Steven Spielberg. And I say Harrison Ford's buddy because Kevin Smith said during the premiere of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg sat beside each other. And Harrison Ford kind of did this to Steven Spielberg. And
they've been friends for 40, 50 years, right?
And like Kevin Smith was like, man, that's awesome. They're boys, man.
I mean, they've been friends for 50 years. Like,
no.
Yeah.
30.
We're in 2020.
Yes, we're in 2020, but the first Indiana Jones movie came out in 1983.
When did Star Wars come out?
1977. George Lucas did Star Wars.
Oh, wow. I don't know where the fuck I am. Where am I? What year is it? Fuck's sakes. Well, that's still 40 years.
Yeah, still.
That's still a long fucking time.
Oh, another bit of Spielberg news. His daughter wants to get into porn.
Nice. Kind of like Lawrence Fishburne's daughter.
Yeah, but like she is another girl that's like, hey, she found this OnlyFans website. And
she doesn't need money. Like,
no.
Her dad's literally fucking loaded.
And she also has an expensive OnlyFans account because I checked. It's another like $35 a month account.
What the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, I get it. You're doing amateur stuff. Cool. You want to make some money. Cool. Do not go over the price of the fucking porn stars on the site. Riley Reid's right now. Some free promotion for you, honey. Is $12 fucking dollars. $12.50 a month.
I think Marsha Mays is like $5.
Like, when the porn stars are offering things that are way cheaper, why wouldn't you go for that for something you know instead of something you don't fucking know? Like, why am I gonna pay $35 for something that's like it could be just really shitty?
Watch her masturbate for like 50 seconds.
Like, I don't know who you are. I never knew he had a daughter till this moment.
Well, it was his adoptive daughter. It's not
Oh.
his actual flesh and blood daughter. It's adopted daughter.
Well, maybe that's why she needs some money and he won't give her any.
But like, no, it's just the $35 a month thing. Like, there's a lot of perverts on the internet.
Yeah.
You can make bank just by doing $5 a month.
Even $10.
Even $10, you can make lots of money. You can buy a car within seconds.
Oh, like a lot of people will pay for that, not being me, because I've been on that site once, and that was just to check the price of Riley Reid's. That's why I know the price.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've never subscribed to anybody on that site. Like, but it's also one of those things. Like, if I'm gonna subscribe to that, I'm also just subscribe to Patreon or something and actually support somebody in a constructive way instead of just
a fappy way.
Yeah, like if I want a fap, I'm going to Pornhub.
Yeah,
like.
But with more Steven
Spielberg,
it is cheaper, $5.99 a month. But like a major shakeup is taking place behind the scenes of Indiana Jones 5. In something of a shocker, Steven Spielberg will no longer be directing the 5th installment of the iconic franchise he co-created alongside George Lucas.
50 years.
Instead, James Mangold, who recently helmed the Oscar-winning Best Picture nominee, Ford vs. Ferrari, starring Matt Damon and Christian Bale.
Did you ever watch that?
No.
What's it on? Is it on Prime? I thought.
No, it's not on any streaming service yet.
No? Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was like Prime or like Hulu or something.
Oh, we don't get Hulu and
I know that's what I mean. I thought it was on like.
And
Hulu
we
or
only
something.
don't get Hulu because we have Crave.
Yeah, which is better.
But like James Mangold is said to be in line to take over the project with Harrison Ford still attached, because.
It's kind of his movie.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
can't really do an Indiana Jones movie without Harrison Ford.
The precise reasons why Steven Spielberg has left hasn't been revealed, though it's speculated that the filmmaker wanted to pass the franchise along to a new generation, which sounds like a Spielberg thing to do.
I mean, he is also 73, all right? Like, I mean, how long does he really want to keep directing movies?
Yeah.
I mean, he probably loves it, so probably the day he dies. But realistically, he probably doesn't want to keep doing it. He doesn't need the money.
No, and like Harrison Ford recently also said that the project was facing some scheduling issues and a few script things.
Yeah. And
like Spielberg has directed all 4 Indiana Jones. He's directed Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade, Crystal Skull, but he will not be talking about Indiana Jones 5, Indiana Jones Needs Glasses.
Okay, so I'm on Google.
Yeah.
And I typed in Steven Spielberg, and obviously auto-filled daughter. 2 different posts from Maitland Ward. One from the New York Post that says, Maitland Ward, Steven Spielberg should be concerned or should not be concerned about daughter's adult film career. Fox News. Maitland Ward says Steven Spielberg has some reason to be concerned about daughter's new adult film career. It's like, wait, what?
So I follow Maitland Ward on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because my Twitter is full of porn.
Yeah.
And I follow her on Twitter.
As you do.
And she posted in her tweet, she retweeted and posted and commented, "That is not what I said." And I clicked on the article and I read the article. I'm like, this is not what she said at all. The headline is just
fucking completely misleading.
The headline is clickbait. But like,
I mean, we can bring it up. We're talking about Steven Spielberg, so it's just like I just found that funny. I don't think. I mean, my.
But like, she has an Instagram account and she has a link to her OnlyFans, and I clicked on it and I'm just like, $35 a month. Fuck.
But she's 24.
Yeah, she's 24. But this Ford versus Ferrari maker, James Mangold, he hasn't signed the dotted line just yet. But like I said, he's known for directing movies Ford versus Ferrari, 310 to Yuma, Walk the Line, and The Wolverine.
Oh.
So he's done some good shit.
Yeah, The Wolverine was really good, so I'm down for this. That's cool.
Another sequel that's going to be in the works. Creed 3.
Yeah, okay.
Creed 3. You knew when Creed first came out, it was going to be a trilogy. Maybe.
No, I was hoping you were going to do one and done. That's what I was hoping.
Yeah, I was hoping that too,
I didn't
I
didn't enjoy the movies as much as everybody else.
I loved the first Creed.
Crazy.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Creed 2 was okay.
Yeah.
But Creed 3, it's coming out. The spin-off of the series set with the iconic boxing franchise has proven to be highly successful throughout its first 2 installments, which have been headlined by Michael B. Jordan as Adonis Creed, the son of Apollo Creed, with Sylvester Stallone also returning as Rocky Balboa. Now, it appears Adonis may be back for at least one more go-around in the ring, as a new writer has been brought on board to pen the screenplay for a third movie. According to the new report, Zach Balin has been tapped by MGM to write Creed 3. Balin is a relatively newcomer to the screenwriting game, but he has made quite an impressive in a hurry. Balin's first script, King Richard, wound up on the blacklist, a list of the best unproduced screenplays in Hollywood, and is now in production with Will Smith in the lead.
Huh.
The movie will tell the story of tennis legends Venus and Serena Williams, with Smith on board to play their father. Creed proved to be a brilliant re-innovation of the Rocky franchise from a business standpoint anyway. The movie grossed about $173 million at the box office and went on to earn Sylvester Stallone an Oscar nomination for, I think, Best Supporting Actor. Creed 2 managed to also become a critical success and managing to outgross its predecessor, bringing in $213 million worldwide.
Cool.
So there's money. There's people are gonna go see.
Oh yeah, like, people are gonna go see it because I mean it's basically just Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky, guy being taught by Rocky how to Rocky. Let's just hope he doesn't turn out like Rocky. Well, it's like, all right, bud.
Well, did you see the second one?
I've never seen any of the Creeds.
Okay, well, the second one, it kind of shows him battling like with the
repercussions of getting smacked in the head 800 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and like in the second one, he battles his father's killer's protege. So, remember how Rocky fights
big Russian dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he and beats him.
Yeah, barely.
Well, before Rocky beat him, Apollo Creed fought him.
Oh.
And the big Russian guy played by Dolph Lundgren, killed Apollo Creed in the ring. So that's the Rocky lore.
I just find that so hard to, like, I mean, I know it's a movie and it's a fictional universe, obviously, but someone actually dying in the ring, usually the refs step in and be like, no, stop. He's bleeding from his orifices. You need to stop hitting him.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't happen in real life. Obviously, it's a movie and fictional.
Yeah, it's a movie. It's a movie.
But, like, come on. Gotta be a little bit more realistic with it. Like where's Rocky's fucking cotton ears? Like, or cauliflower ears?
Yeah.
Like, because usually that's what happens with boxers. Their ears just, like, swell up and they can't really hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they talk the way they do, because they're basically deaf.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. So I kind of knew this was gonna be a trilogy. Like the first one. Well, when the first one came out, I thought it was gonna be a standalone. But then the second one came out, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna make this into a trilogy.
See, I had heard about the first one coming out, and the only reason why I didn't end up seeing it was because I initially thought that it was just gonna be trying to reinvent Rocky. Because I knew Sylvester Stallone was gonna be in it, but I had no idea like he was training somebody. So all I heard about it was boxing movie, Sylvester Stallone. I was like, I don't give a shit. Rocky already had 3 movies. We're good.
But like Creed is not about that at all. It's just
I understand that now. I just still haven't gotten around to watching them.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe at some point I'll watch them because I think they're on Crave. At least Creed 2 is.
Yeah, Creed 2 might be. Creed
2 is on Crave. I don't know where. I don't know if Creed's on Netflix or Crave. or
It's
anything.
on one of the streaming services. I know that because I watched it on one of them. It might be on Netflix.
I assume if 2 is on Crave, like 1 would have to be.
Yeah,
right?
but like you think that, but there's also like a lot of things that there's like
so Creed 2 is on Crave.
yeah.
Oh my god, sorry listeners. I just have it like stuck in my throat. I just can't fucking
Yeah.
bring it up. I'm trying to burp, but it's just not working.
No.
And Creed is not on Netflix, so.
Okay.
But
Okay.
anyways,
And this next story
yeah.
is kind of speculation.
Actually, before we started this one, I actually watched Constantine again this week, the Keanu Reeves one.
Yeah.
Fuck it, that was a good movie.
Constantine. I have never seen the Keanu Reeves, but I
Really?
watched. No,
It's
I've
on Crave. It's literally on Crave.
But I watched DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and they
Yeah.
do have Constantine as a character in that
Yeah.
show, and I'm just like, this is amazing. He's amazing.
Watch the movie with Keanu Reeves. It's actually really good. It's obviously a much older movie now.
Yeah.
That was like, I think it was like 15 years ago. That
Yeah.
movie like came out a very long time ago. You can obviously tell with a lot of the CGI and effects and everything, but like, it's still a good movie. It's still a Constantine movie, and it's still Keanu Reeves because that was around the time of Matrix that he did that. So
I'm gonna. So that was a beautiful segue. It was a better setup than I had.
welcome.
With that,
I'll be here all week.
but with that being said, Scott Derrickson, the director for, the director for Doctor Strange 1 and 2. Why you give me this?
I don't know where I am.
So the director for Doctor Strange, for the director of Doctor Strange, because I realized they haven't released a sequel. The sequel's coming. It's just not yet
So
been
is it
released.
this year or is it next year?
Next year.
Next year we're getting that? Okay.
But Scott Derrickson has walked away from Doctor Strange. We know that.
Yeah.
He's kind of set the nerddom on fire recently with a tweet he put out saying he would like. Some guy asked him, like, would you direct a Justice League Dark movie? And he's like, no, but I'll do Constantine.
I think we could use a Constantine movie because, like you said, he was in Legends of Tomorrow. But like, unless you've read the comics or watched the Keanu Reeves movie, you're not really gonna know kind of what his powers, loosely powers are.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, Constantine is basically the DC equivalent to Doctor Strange.
Yes, because technically he is a warlock.
Yes.
Technically.
Actually, the DC equivalent to Doctor Strange is a man by the name of Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
but also you could also
also
make an argument with Constantine.
Constantine he is technically a warlock because he does technically use magic. It's more like how do you know how to describe it? Just like a demonic kind of magic, really.
Yeah, it's kind of
he's able to pass through the realms to hell and heaven. He's able to go to purgatory.
Yeah,
like he's able to just like slip into things. Like he does have powers technically, but are they magical? I don't know.
Like fans are still reeling from the departure of Scott Derrickson from Doctor Strange, and in a manner of similar to James Gunn with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Suicide Squad, though he's back on Guardians 3. One fan took to Twitter and, like I said, to see if Derrickson could see himself taking on a Justice League Dark. The director also revealed, like I said before, he would rather do a solo Constantine film. For those of you who don't know, John Constantine was created by Alan Moore and first appeared in the Saga of the Swamp Thing in June of 1985 and went on to be the center of his own line entitled Hellblazer. Constantine, like we said, is essentially the Doctor Strange of the DC universe, with two sharing similar abilities and facing enemies of the mystic and demonic variety. The Marvel character Doctor Strange being a little bit more powerful and not having as shocking of a backstory or as cynical personality. So Doctor Strange is obviously more powerful than Constantine.
Oh, he's much more powerful. Oh yeah. Constantine's there. Like he can do a lot of things and he can pull a lot of rabbits out of hats, but he's not Doctor Strange.
No,
unfortunately.
no. But like he's just awesome. Like
oh, he's just badass.
He's so badass. Like I watch him in DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and he's very badass.
You
also,
know my favorite backstory of his is
what?
He tricked the 3 princes of hell, and he basically sold all of them his soul in order to not have cancer and die. So that no one can actually collect on it, because if one collects, the others can get really pissed off and try to fight each other, and it's just a really fucked up backstory.
So they're doing. So I'm gonna tell you right now, they're doing something similar to that in DC's Legends of Tomorrow right now.
Oh, are they?
Yep.
I haven't watched any of it yet. So I've watched a few of it, but I kind of got really confused after they did that whole crossover episode.
Yeah,
but it didn't inform anybody it's a crossover episode, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? There's new people. Somebody's dead. Who is that person? That was basically me with Legends
So
of
they're
Tomorrow.
doing something with that in DC's Legends of Tomorrow right now.
Okay. Where he's selling his soul to the Prince of Hell?
No.
Oh.
No, some person has his like life coin, and like she can tamper with it, and like somebody comes in and says, "Hey, I want John Constantine dead right now."
Yeah.
And then the lady's like, "Well, you got to make a deal with me first," and she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna make the deal because I want John Constantine dead right now."
And it's got to be a good deal. Like it's.
So she's like, "Okay, I'll speed up his lung cancer." So she speeds up his lung cancer to terminal.
Yeah.
And then he goes and sees her and it's like, "Stop." And she's like, "Okay." And then
It stops. Yeah.
She basically like takes the lung cancer away from him.
I think
But in Constantine fashion, though, he's still smoking a cigarette even though the lung cancer is killing him.
Well, yes and no, because like even if he dies, technically he can still come back because he knows the passageways in between hell, purgatory, and heaven.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't really die.
But I don't think DC's Legends of Tomorrow is kind of
they would never ever cover any of that. Like it wouldn't even happen.
no,
way out of their budget.
but like, but the Brit would go on to crossover with other comic lines, including Neil Gaiman's The Sandman's early issues and Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Yeah.
I have no knowledge of the Sandman issues from Neil Gaiman.
I just don't have really much knowledge of the DC universe except for Constantine, which is just weird.
Yeah.
Because
you have a lot of knowledge of Constantine.
I like Constantine. I don't know. He's just
there was
weird person.
there was a DC animated movie called Justice League Dark, and it had Constantine and Zatanna, who I'm surprised Zatanna doesn't have her own show yet from the CW, because she's the daughter of a magician.
Yeah.
Who she's also a sorceress, basically. She's a sorceress. In which he was one of the few people who knew and foresaw it ahead of time. So he foresaw the crisis of Infinite Earth. With many more bizarre stories and elements of Constantine's source material and Derrickson have knocked out of the park on Doctor Strange, it would be amazing to see the 53-year-old writer/director helm this adaptation of the character, be it with Reeves, Ryan, or a new star in the role.
I think Reeves has too much going on. It would probably end up being Ryan. Maybe. If they're going to tie it into the DC, like... I don't think maybe. But...
I don't think they will. I think they're going to go another route and like maybe cast another either British star or Australian star. Maybe one of the Hemsworth brothers will do Constantine.
He should be British. That realistically, he should be British.
I just can't think of British actors that would look like the Constantine part.
No, that's why Keanu Reeves did it so well, because he wasn't British, but he just looked so fucking disheveled and like out of his goddamn mind. It just worked. Like
why don't you give it to one of the Hemsworth brothers? Sure, they're not British, they're Australian, but you could.
Well, because one of them is already in the MCU, and the other one
not Chris.
Yeah,
because Chris is Thor.
Yeah,
maybe Liam.
Maybe. I mean, it would depend if they would cast him, because I mean, after this whole fucking Men in Black shit, like,
that was Chris, not Liam.
I get them so mixed up. They look so fucking similar.
Yeah, like I hear you. They look very similar. Or
what the hell has Liam been in then that was recent? Do you know?
No idea. No idea.
Because I keep thinking of him in movies, but I get him mixed up with Chris Hemsworth, which is weird because they look similar.
He was in the Hunger Games. His latest movie. So he was in Independence Day Resurgence.
Oh yeah, that's right too. He was.
But his latest movie was a movie called Arkansas.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah, maybe him. Yeah, sure.
Because like I can see him putting on the trench coat and the tie.
And chain smoking till he dies. Yeah.
Or like maybe have like, or like maybe like I know Clint Eastwood's kid is an American, but even him.
Yeah. Yeah, they could probably put really anybody into the role. It just really depends if they're gonna tie it into the DCEU or not.
Yeah.
Like if they're gonna do that, then I feel like they would have to use Ryan because he's already in the Constantine role, and it would kind of be weird to switch people off of them. Right?
It would be weird, but it's the same thing with the two Flashes, the Ezra Miller in the movie in the big screen and Grant Gustin in the small screen.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're right with that one. Why the hell the fuck did they do that? Like seriously?
Because I don't know.
Must have been like scheduling conflict or something. Oh, we can't get him, so let's get somebody else. It's like, well, but that's also part of the DCEU. So why wouldn't you like have that crossover?
Because movie people think they're better than TV people, and
yeah,
TV people think they're better than movie people.
Meanwhile, we're just internet people, and we're like, we don't give a shit. Just give us consistency, please. I just want consistency through all these fucking movies and TV shows.
Well, the Crisis on Infinite Earth storyline on the CW made the DCEU part of the Crisis.
Yeah, I just.
Did you see that clip?
It's a different fucking Earth.
Did you ever see that clip?
No.
Where Grant Gustin's Flash goes into the Speed Force.
Yeah.
And he goes back and he's like, he thinks he's in Star Labs, but then he sees like the Flash and Ezra Miller's Flash, and he's like, whoa.
It's a Spider-Man scene just. Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. It's like, oh man, I like this suit. And then they go, hi, I'm Barry Allen. And they're like, no.
No, you're not. I am. It's like, well, I'm kind of both are.
And some more comic TV, pop culture, comic movie news.
Yeah.
Marvel has big problems introducing the X-Men. I looked at this article and they have big problems.
Do they?
So the rights.
Tell me more.
Okay. The rights to the mutant superhero team, the X-Men, may be back in the Marvel MCU, but they might have some trouble introducing them. As you know, March 2019, Marvel regained the rights to X-Men after Disney's acquisition of 20th Century Fox.
Yep.
Marvel, like I said, has problems. A whole set of factors stand in the way, and if Marvel truly wants to integrate the team in a way that satisfies both hardcore comic fans and the general audience, they're going to need to take their time and figure out the best way to approach the reboot.
There's a lot here, but I don't really think we have to go over really any of it, because I think we can just talk about this.
Yes.
Like, the biggest issue with them introducing anything in the MCU, especially now after there's been so many X-Men movies, is there's such an established storyline there with all these characters that you have to be really careful to put them directly into the MCU now.
Yep.
I mean, yes, we do have time travel now, but that's time travel. That's not a different dimension. But then also we have Doctor Strange. Then we kind of have other dimensions.
Yep.
Fuck's sakes, they're so fucking confusing. But like, I just don't know how they're really gonna introduce them too much. Like, and then who the fuck are they gonna have play them? Also, what age are they gonna be? What
they're
genre?
They're gonna be young. They're gonna be young actors.
Yeah.
They're gonna be young actors.
But are they gonna bring back the guys in First Class?
Probably not.
Yeah. So they're gonna have to bring back new people. So are they going to bring back people who have a little bit of life experience and have gone through a few things? Are they gonna like completely scrap everything from the current X-Men
but also
timeline?
A lot of the X-Men storylines have a lot of the famous X-Men stories from the comic books have already been put into movie forms.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have a list here. These God Loves, Man Kills, Days of Future Past, Wolverine Origin, Weapon X, Weapon X was the X-Men 2 storyline.
Okay.
X2.
Yeah.
The Dark Phoenix saga twice. One in the X-Men First Class movies, and the other in
really, really bad movie.
and the other in the X-Men 3. Gifted. So Gifted. It was a TV series.
Oh, okay.
Based on the X-Men. Like the X-Men were killed off.
Yeah.
Like it's based in the future. X-Men was killed off. And the Gifted are fighting the KKK version of the Marvel Universe, which is the Purifiers. Old Man Logan, which was covered in Wolverine, and Apocalypse, which was covered in the third installment of the First Class.
Yeah. So
world.
I'm just worried what they're gonna do with it, because there is so much to like either cover or completely disregard. And as much as I want them to disregard a lot of the new shit that's come out, especially the Dark Phoenix, I just don't know if they can at this point. Like, they kind of have to either acknowledge it or completely get rid of it.
What if the MCU introduces Jean Grey as a villain?
As Dark Phoenix?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, maybe, but she also
I say this because Captain Marvel 2 is looking for a villain, and it might be an X-Men.
Would it have to be Dark Phoenix, though? Because I don't know if they were enemies, though. Were they?
Well, Dark Phoenix is like kind of misunderstood. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, she's a few fucking different goddamn iterations now at this point.
Yeah, she's kind of misunderstood. Dark Phoenix is kind of Jean Grey that just goes bananas.
Oh, Jean Grey, like in the first installment of the movies, it was a part of Jean Grey that Xavier blocked off. That was already there. And then in the new Dark Phoenix movie, she goes into space, gets hit by space rays, and then that it's an alien thing.
What if like MCU doesn't introduce the X-Men as like these gifted kids that go to this school for gifted children?
Yeah.
But more as people that are clinically insane.
Aren't they doing that already with that movie that's supposed to be coming out?
Yeah.
That's literally the plot for the movie that's coming out.
Yeah.
Like they're in an insane asylum and there's people dying.
Yeah, but that's not that movie, as we know, is not part of the MCU. But like, what if they introduce them as like clinically insane, like misdiagnosed insane people? Like
I mean, they could, but also the problem is that mutants are everywhere on the planet.
Yeah,
because it is something that is happening.
I say this because Marvel might want to introduce these characters by doing an Avengers versus X-Men.
That would be cool, but honestly, I just feel like the Avengers are just way more fucking powerful. Like, especially like Thor. Like, yeah, maybe not so much now because he's fat Thor, but Thor, Doctor Strange especially, like.
Or maybe here's another idea, because I have here in the comics, the mutant gene has been on Earth for nearly hundreds and thousands of years.
Yeah,
with the origin stretching back to the experimentation on Homo erectus by the intergalactic Celestials.
Yeah,
the Celestials are coming to the MCU.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah,
because there's a movie coming out in November.
Yeah, isn't it literally called The Celestials or something like that?
No, it's basically
Immortals or something like that.
Eternals.
The Eternals, that's what it is.
It's basically Marvel's version of the Greek gods.
Yeah.
But I think there's gonna be some Celestials in there, and maybe they'll introduce. All I know is X-Men are not coming until
not for a long time.
Until Phase 5 at least.
Yeah, it's gonna be a few years till we see anything X-Men related.
Like the only like kind of characters that have roots, the only kind of team that has roots right now is the Fantastic Four. They're gonna introduce. Yeah. They might introduce them as like explorers.
Yeah,
and which they were already explorers, but just in space. But
yeah,
they might introduce them as explorers that get stuff happens to and make it more modern day. Yeah, but it's we'll see what what the MCU does.
Yeah, they definitely got to tiptoe, I think, with this to
Tiptoe around, yeah.
To bring the X-Men in. Like,
because
they can't just throw them in. Like, they got to do something.
Well, like, why don't, like, there's probably some hidden bases in this universe. There's some hidden stuff in this universe.
Oh, for sure. For sure there is. It's just,
and that's why
I'm just so worried that because we've been through so many iterations of the X-Men now at this point. Like, I just worry what they're going to do with it. Because we haven't had a really good X-Men movie since, I mean, they've never really ever been really that good. The Wolverine movies have been really good, but
So my favorite X-Men movies.
Yeah.
So from top to bottom, Old Man Logan, Wolverine.
Yeah.
The Wolverine. There was then Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Then X2 United.
Yeah. Okay. X2 was okay.
And then probably after that, First Class. And then probably after that, the first X-Men, and then X3, and so on and so forth.
We just really haven't had any good like X-Men movies. It's been mostly the good ones have really been the Wolverine movies.
Wait, was Old Man Logan the Wolverine, or no? That was just Logan.
No,
that was Logan.
The Wolverine was the one where he loses his regenerative ability.
Sorry, not the Wolverine. Logan. Logan was my number one. Not the Wolverine.
So yeah, the Wolverine is one where he actually loses his regenerative ability.
Yeah.
After it gets taken from him by the samurai dude.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep talking about universes.
Woo!
So a movie came out recently that kind of I didn't really know about. It kind of snuck in the back door there.
Phrasing.
Yes, phrasing. The movie's called Invisible Man.
Like Invisible Man?
The Invisible Man.
The Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Like from like DC? No, MCU.
No, he's from the Dark Universe.
Oh, okay.
So the Monster Universe.
Oh, okay.
So the Invisible Man, in the early 2000s, there was a movie called Hollow Man, and it was a horror movie about a rapist that gets the ability to has the ability to turn invisible.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah. It starred Kevin Bacon.
Oh, all right. There we go.
But so this Invisible Man movie, I want to kind of see. It kind of snuck in the back door though, because
like phrasing, man. Come on.
because like I know the thing I know about the Invisible Man is I didn't know too much horror stuff about the Invisible Man. I knew
no clue. I thought he it was like some chemical he fell in that became the Invisible Man. That's all I thought.
What I know of the Invisible Man is there was a movie that came out in 2003. And this is Sean Connery's last movie.
Yeah,
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah,
and in this
one
movie,
of the greatest fucking movies of all time.
It was a great movie. It's a totally underrated movie.
Still holds up.
Oh my god, it's great.
So good.
Like this was the Avengers. The Avengers were already around, but this was the
this was the Avengers before the Avengers. This was the Invisible Man. We had Dr. Jekyll. We had
Captain Nemo.
Yeah, Captain Nemo. We
Dracula's Bride.
We had who else? We had one other.
Tom
person.
Sawyer.
Yeah, like it's fucking fantastic, man.
Who else did we have? We had who was the villain in that?
I don't remember.
I forget. But think of
he was trying to make Hyde's potion basically.
Think of the Avengers team, but instead of being about comic book heroes, make it literary heroes of novels.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And it was absolutely just fantastic, and it is. I would say it is definitely one of the top 10 underrated movies of all time.
So the Invisible Man, I thought it was the Invisible Man from that series.
Oh,
but the Invisible Man, remember the Mummy movie, the Mummy reboot movie that came out a couple years ago?
The one with
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
It didn't do so well.
I liked it.
I liked it too.
Yeah.
It didn't do so well.
That's unfortunate.
But that was supposed to be the first movie of the Dark Universe.
Oh.
So.
Oh yeah, the mummy's in that, isn't she? Aren't they?
What?
Isn't the mummy's in that? Aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because the dude's actually supposed to be Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the universe, played by Gladiator.
Yeah.
So Universal's classic monsters, known as the Dark Universe, have all been prominently featured on the big screen before. Recent years have seen a distinct lack of success in resurrecting them. The Invisible Man in studio's most recent approach I can't speak all of a sudden. The Invisible Man and the studio's most recent approach seems to be the best chance. Heralding. Thank you. I can't. And other titles within this new Dark Universe for future releases. So this Invisible Man movie has the Dark Universe has risen again. Because
they've tried and failed so many times, unfortunately, but like I think if they actually like gave it an actual try, because they really haven't tried.
Well, they did.
Have
with
they?
The Mummy.
Yeah, but they haven't really tried.
And it bombed.
The other movies never did. The other Mummy movies did pretty well.
But like those movies weren't those movies were just movies on their own. They weren't building a universe out of those movies.
I mean, they had the 1, 2, and 3, and then they also had Scorpion King stuff with The Rock, which was technically tied into that universe.
But they weren't kind of building anything. The Mummy movie was building stuff.
They built their own universe, but that I guess had nothing to do with.
But like this was gonna build the Dark Universe has seen some trouble getting off the ground in recent history with critical and box office failures like The Mummy in 2017, sinking Universal's hopes at a complete turnaround for some of their most classic franchises. At one point, The Invisible Man was supposed to have starred Johnny Depp.
See, that would have been hilarious. Also great.
But like Johnny Depp with his downfall career recently, because of stuff being told that he beats women.
Not to be confirmed at all. So
yeah, not to be confirmed. But
hasn't been.
Yeah, but this also fell through, leaving other films. Russell Crowe played.
What was his name?
Leaving other films that were planned on the chopping block. Indefinitely, despite having other major stars like Russell Crowe, Javier Bardem, and Angelina Jolie attached. I said Javier Bardem. I didn't think I was going to be able to say Javier Bardem.
Yeah. Javier, but yeah. Javier. What's Javier? Javier. I don't know. Anyways.
But so, and with this, now Universal is revisiting the Dark Universe. So they're going to release such films as The Dark Army, which is the Dark Army is going to be the equivalent of the event. It's going to be the Dark Universe's Avengers, the Dark Army.
Yeah.
Renfield. See, this name was the only name that I had no idea who he was.
Never heard of him.
So Renfield served as Count Dracula's odd insect-eating assistant. Gross. Well,
yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
Well, an interesting angle to the approach, perhaps, given the oversaturation of vampires in modern horror media, it seems on par with the path Universal is trying to take. So he's Count Dracula's assistant. They're also doing Frankenstein, who is probably my favorite out of the bunch. Frankenstein's my favorite Universal
monster. They've done a
monster.
few of those lately. They've done I did I Frankenstein.
Yeah,
a little bit ago. That was okay, actually. I didn't.
My favorite is the Mel Brooks Frankenstein movie that came out in like the 80s.
Oh, okay.
It's a comedy, not a horror movie.
They've done a few. Like they did the I Frankenstein. They also did another one years ago, which also included Dracula.
So do you remember the
Van Helsing?
Do you remember the old man who played in Everybody Loves Raymond?
No, I never watched Everybody Loves Raymond.
Okay.
Because I don't like Raymond.
I
didn't like that show. So
he played Frankenstein in the Mel Brooks edition.
Oh, okay.
And Mel Brooks, he's the guy that's behind Spaceballs and Blazing Saddles. Yeah. But he did the Frankenstein movie. It has Gene Wilder, so Willy Wonka as Dr. Frankenstein.
The original Willy Wonka.
Yeah. And it has, I forget the actor's name, but it has Igor in it. And it's just so funny. Like when they introduce Igor, like Dr. Frankenstein's looking at like jars of brains, and then all of a sudden you see Igor's face just like sitting on the shelf.
He's like, hey, what you doing?
And the actor who plays Igor is scary to look at. Like the actor's eyeballs are literally popping out of his face.
Yeah.
But and then there's one point in the movie where Frankenstein's monster switches brains with Dr. Frankenstein. And it's just like, and he's literally, and at the end, the ending of the movie is Frankenstein's monster married to his bride are just reading the paper.
The fuck is that?
It's a comedy, right?
I mean, I get it, but like,
he's just reading the paper, like, it's like, oh, talking to his wife, and it's just like,
meanwhile, scars all over their face and everything. Yeah. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yep.
I'll buy that.
So, like, and then they're going to also do the Invisible Woman movie. Also, they're going to do a musical called The Monster Mash.
That's stupid.
That is really stupid.
It's really stupid. Don't do that.
I was actually like,
Monster Mash. No fucking Monster Mash. Go away.
I actually was like, I actually had to reread that portion because,
you giggle a little bit and like, what the fuck are they doing?
No, I thought like, okay, so the Dark Army sounds like it's going to be their version of the Avengers, but you could also do the Monster Mash. You can do the Monster Mash title.
Don't do the Monster Mash. I hate that fucking song.
Like you could do like a Avenger style monster movie by calling it Monster Mash.
You could. But don't.
And then they're also gonna do the Bride of Frankenstein movie. Which,
like, I mean, does anybody actually care about the Dark Universe?
Actually, I kind of think it would be interesting. I kind of think it would be interesting,
but I think we're very much oversaturated with superhero movies and TV shows. Like, we have so much right now.
We're oversaturated with those, yes.
Yeah.
But these are like classic movie monsters.
Yeah, but I'm assuming they're trying to bring them forward into the new age, so they're trying to do their own kind of universe.
They are, but I think they're gonna leap like
5 different universes, basically.
The reason why The Mummy failed was because they were trying to be like superhero-y and not be scary.
What, Tom Cruise? I still think he should have gone with the Mummy chick because she was kind of hot, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like, fuck the world. Like, I mean, let's go. Like,
but like, so those movies were trying to be like a superhero type movie.
Yeah.
With the recruit with Dr. Jekyll being it's Nick Fury.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But I think what this universe is going to do is stick to the horror.
I mean, hopefully
they're going to stick to.
It's supposed to be the Dark Universe is supposed to be very scary, very demented, very just. It's supposed to be very dark. That's what it's supposed to be. Like, hopefully they stick with that if they do it. I would enjoy that very much though, because I do enjoy darker movies because I'm a bit of a weird person, so I enjoy that kind of stuff.
Pardon me. Yeah, but those are going to be the movies coming out in the next couple of years. If they're
going to go forward with it, because I mean I haven't heard any.
Well, The Invisible Man is actually doing really well. It scored a 92% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's good. I didn't even know it was even coming out.
Me
I
either.
haven't seen any advertisement for that anywhere. At all. Like,
the only advertisement I saw about it was it had its own Snapchat filter.
Like, I mean, this is the first time I'm hearing of it coming from you. Like, I hadn't heard about that movie at all until now. Like,
I haven't even seen the trailer for it. Actually, there was a trailer released for another classic horror movie.
Top.
The Candyman.
Yeah.
It
wasn't that scary.
I haven't watched the trailer yet, but basically,
I'm also a very weird fucking person, and I don't find those movies scary.
It's basically like Candyman. You stand in front of a mirror, Candyman.
Like, I'll watch The Haunting in Connecticut.
Keep standing in front of the mirror, Candyman, and then eventually
it's basically Beetlejuice but Candyman.
I was gonna say Bloody Mary.
Or that too. I think Beetlejuice is just funnier. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like the same thing, but like he comes out and like fucks with you instead of like trying to kill you. He just like, hey, your head's bigger now.
If Beetlejuice ever came, I would be like, hey, you're Batman.
Yeah.
Because Michael Keaton was Batman.
Yeah. That dude was Batman. Yeah. I forgot about that. I forgot that was Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Look, like thinking back on it now, like thinking about like what his face looks like. It's like, yeah, so that is Michael Keaton, but I totally fucking forgot about that.
When I was a kid, I went as Beetlejuice for Halloween.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good.
It's showtime. Like, that was my line.
I was usually
Because
Ninja Turtle
I
or
did
something.
that. What?
I was usually like a Ninja Turtle or something.
No, I went as Beetlejuice one
I
year.
was never very creative. Then I stopped dressing up after I turned like 12.
Because when I first saw, like, 2 movies I was obsessed with as a kid was Beetlejuice and Spaceballs. I was obsessed with those movies as kids.
I don't even remember what I was obsessed with as a kid. Honestly, it probably would have had to have been Ace Ventura and like Austin Powers.
Like I was obsessed with like other better movies than those, but like
yeah.
But like those are movies where like I was first introduced to them, and I'm just like, oh my god, like the Badinkadinks.
I was like introduced into like Ace Ventura and like Austin Powers, but I was also introduced into like The Exorcist for some fucking reason, because my grandmother didn't care what I watched, so I kind of just watched whatever she had on her shelf, because she had just VHSs of like every fucking movie in existence at that point.
I want to watch Spaceballs now and Beetlejuice.
Neither one of those are on any fucking streaming service.
I know,
which is so fucking irritating.
I know.
However, all the Austin Powers are on Crave.
Yes.
So there is that.
Also
There's
Netflix.
Summer Crave. No, they're not all on Netflix.
This International Man of Mystery.
Yep, it's the only one. Yep. Spy Who Shagged Me and Goldmember are on Crave, and International Man of Mystery, which is hilarious.
I'm gonna jump into our next topic, and I found it really interesting.
Okay.
Apple won't let movie villains have iPhones.
Yeah, because Apple's fucking greedy. Like,
so, and director Rian Johnson, who directed The Last Jedi and has directed Knives Out.
Yeah, that dude.
He's actually a good director.
He is a great director. He's just not had the best luck with the movies he's directed, I guess, is the best way to put
Knives Out was apparently really good.
Never watched it, but
Me
I
either,
know Last Jedi.
But I was kind of like bummed that I didn't see it, because I heard such great things, because it's a Clue movie kind of.
Oh, okay.
It's a whodunit movie. So with Daniel Craig using an American slang accent.
Yeah.
And Chris Evans is in it too. But so director Rian Johnson has shared a rule implemented by Apple on the use of their products in films. Discussing a scene on his recent whodunit comedy Knives Out with Vanity Fair, Johnson spoke of a detail many might have missed. I don't know if I should say, and he quoted this, I don't know if I should say or not, haha, it's very interesting. The director begins in the scene breakdown video there's a video of it, and he starts breaking it down at the 2-minute and 52-second mark. Apple, they let you use iPhones in movies, but, and this is very pivotal, if you're ever watching a mystery movie, bad guys cannot have iPhones on camera.
What the fuck's wrong with Apple?
I think because Apple is like, say Loki had an iPhone. No, that's the wrong example. Say Thanos had an iPhone. Nobody would.
People would be like, "Oh my god, Thanos had an iPhone, so I can't have an iPhone." No, people are stupid. They're not that fucking stupid. They don't think that Thanos is a real person. There are probably people who think that is a real fucking movie and that's actually like history or something.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of the planet don't, like, they know that's not a real fucking thing. Like, yeah.
And then he also goes on, every single filmmaker who has a bad guy in their movie that's supposed to be a secret wants to murder me right now, he says.
Yeah.
And Apple has not yet responded to the filmmaker's statement.
Well, they probably won't either. Like,
no.
Well, so it's kind of just such a stupid thing, though. Like, why not? Who cares? Like, Yeah, I don't care if the murderer has an iPhone. Not paying attention to his fucking phone.
We're not even Apple product users.
No, neither one of us have an iPhone. Like, both of us have Android because Android's just better.
Yeah.
In every way.
We're literally that meme where like Meg is yelling at Chris, Brian, and Stewie.
Oh yeah.
Peter, Brian, Chris, and Stewie.
Lois.
And she's like, why do you guys think you're better than me? And it's like iPhone, and it's like Android, Windows, and then there was another one. I forget the other one.
Yeah, I don't know.
And our last news topic of tonight. It's more MCU news.
Woo!
Actually, no. This is our first MCU. No, more MCU news.
More MCU. We talked about X-Men earlier.
Yeah.
So
a guy by the name of Adam G. Simon previously wrote Point Blank, which stars Anthony Mackie, who stars as Sam Wilson Falcon, who stars as Sam Wilson / Falcon in the MCU. Simon also penned the Raid remake, which has been turned into an original project. So he has pitched an idea for the Punisher in an MCU movie.
I mean, sure. He's kind of like Hawkeye. What the fuck's he gonna do? Like
The Punisher?
Yeah.
A lot. So John.
Yeah, but he's kind of like Hawkeye, where like Hawkeye has a bow and arrow, and the Punisher has guns and his fists. That's about it.
So John Bernthal starred as Frank Castle, and for many fans, the casting was pitch perfect. The show itself, as Simon explains, it left something to be desired for quite a few viewers. So he kind of pitched this idea. You got to let this thing live in an R-rated territory. And it has to have the same grit and unapologetic boldness of Logan.
Yeah.
It may take, and then he says, in my take, we find Frank Castle as we left him at the end of the series, only now completely aware of the threat of superheroes and villains posed to the mankind. So Frank Castle has to go gunning for the person who he feels is responsible for the
innumerable,
thank you, civilian casualties.
I'll be here a week.
The one who started it all by organizing these weapons of mass destruction to come together, Nick Fury. The twist is that Frank is being used. He spots the double cross early at the end of Act 1. From that point on, we have a 3:10 to Yuma situation. Frank and Fury are on the run from everyone, heroes and villains. It's 3:10 to Yuma meets Leon, the Professional. By the way, if you haven't seen Leon the Professional, watch it. It's a good movie. Natalie Portman is really young in that movie, and she's just like fucked up in that movie.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
And it's 3:10 to Yuma meets Leon the Professional by way of Winter Soldier. First, since he was so pissed about getting canceled, you get Eminem on board for the music of the soundtrack.
Yeah.
John Bernthal as Frank Castle, Joel Edgerton as Bullseye, Kristen Scott Thomas or Eddie Falco as Minucci, Jeffrey Wright or Russell Crowe as Micro, Sam Jackson as Nick Fury,
obviously,
and a few of the Avengers, namely Falcon, Black Widow, Winter Soldier. And since we're talking about obscene amounts of violence and mayhem, you may get Joel Lynch directing. If fans have a problem with that hot take, I got 7 others. Let's go.
Wow, did he tweet that out? Or was that did he talk to somebody about that?
I think he talked to somebody about that. I don't think that was a tweet.
Okay. Cool, yeah, I'm down for having Punisher in it. Also, why though? Because he's also kind of in the MCU, in the MCEU, I guess you would call it, with the Defenders and whatnot.
But like the Defenders are not a thing anymore.
No, the Defenders are done now because Iron Fist, like they fucked up on that horribly.
No, yeah, they did. But like they're not.
The rest of them were good. Like Iron Fist was the only one that I ever had personally an issue with. And they're actually a whole series of them being together, which again was brought down by the Iron Fist dude. So, like, because the Luke Cage guy was perfectly cast.
Yeah.
Sarah Silverman. Not Sarah Silverman. Is it Sarah Silverman?
Nope.
No. What's her name again? The girl who played Jessica Jones. Like, she was perfectly cast. Obviously John Bernthal as
Kristen Ritter.
She was perfectly cast as Jessica Jones.
Yeah,
like,
they were all
Punisher
perfectly.
was great. Joe Bernthal was fucking fantastic. The guy who played the Daredevil, can't remember what the hell his name was, but he was fantastic also. Like,
They were all perfectly cast.
they were all great except for the fucking Iron Fist dude.
Yeah.
He was horrible. He was
Yeah.
a bad. He's just a bad. I would really want to blame it on like the writing or the story they were trying to tell, but like he was just not that good of an actor either. So just didn't. I did not like it. It's one of those ones that actually got a thumbs down for me on Netflix, which doesn't happen very often.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, with all that being said, this is it for our news portion.
Yeah, it's pretty much it.
Yeah. It was difficult to find stuff for this week. Because my brother-in-law explained this, and he has a point where certain months of the year we're not going to get really much.
No, like right now is just a really shitty time. Once we hit April, May, it'll start catching up for the summer. We'll start getting the spring and summer releases of movies, and then we'll have the fall, winter releases after that.
Mm-hmm.
So again, there'll be a little lull from like June to like October. That'll be a pretty big lull from news stories. But I mean, we get through it. There's stuff happening every day, you know.
Yeah, and then like this day in movie history, The King and I won at the 14th Golden Globe. That starred Kirk Douglas and Ingrid Bergman.
Okay.
Sunset Boulevard at the 8th Golden Globes, starring Jose Fourier and Gloria Swanson. And in 1983, the final TV episode of MASH airs on CBS and recorded 125 million watch in the U.S.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That had a big...
I got a fun one for video games today.
Ooh.
So one is on the N64. I don't know if you ever played this, called Pokemon Stadium.
Yes, I did
One
play
of the
Pokemon Stadium.
best N64 games ever fucking made.
Oh, yeah.
But then another N64 game that was fantastic, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, got released today, 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Pokemon Stadium got released 2020.
And Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Oh, that's both on the same day.
Fuck, this is this good day for video games.
Yeah.
Good day for video games.
Especially the Tony Hawk's one, because I thought that was just ironic because we were talking about the underground stuff before.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. But with that, with this day in movie and video game history done, our news done,
things
and
are done,
and our
the days are done,
everything's done.
the beers are almost done.
Yep. That's it for this week's edition of A Brew for Two podcast. You can find me at agingerfin92 on all social media platforms.
And you can find me at King D-Rec on everything, and also follow our podcast on Twitter and Instagram at A Brew for Two.
And with that being said, have a good night, everyone.
Bye.